Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome back to Direwolf20's Let's Play. This is episode 21, and I've got a bit of work to do today. As you can see, my quarry is no longer running. I think it's out of stuff to mine, so I'm going to have to fix that and get a new one planted down, and I think I have a good location set up for it. I'm also going to want to do a little something in this room. Everything's working great, as you can see. Always 32 Mobius fuel in here, always 64 redstone in here, and we've got a good stack of Mobius fuel hanging out, ready to roll. But one little problem is I'm not producing enough, so I want to expand this room probably and get more stuff happening. So why don't I get situated? Probably the first thing I should do is get my quarry going again. So I'm going to go work on that, and I'll be back in a minute. Alright guys, before we get started, I do want to mention I'm still saving up my UU matter. The new way to make a quantum suit is, well, as usual, you need your iridium plates, but there's a new recipe for iridium plates. It requires 1, 2, 3, 4 iridium ore, some advanced alloys, and a diamond. And in order to get your iridium ore, you need 7 UU matter. So if you do the math, you need 28 UU matter to get 1 iridium plate, which is going to require, what, 56 UU matter to get 2 iridium plates, which is what's required for the quantum suit leggings and the quantum suit boots. And oh look, the quantum suit helmet requires 2 of them now. Goodness, that's going to be expensive. Oh well. So, let's get building. Alright guys, so there's a couple things I want to get going in this room particularly, and you can see I have my NEI screen up. I was just doing a little testing. I want to get a couple things going before I set up my new quarry. I want to have a way to automatically produce all the smelted items that I need. And I could use an induction furnace for this. I'm not going to lie. Induction furnace would supply the need that I have. However, here's my problem with an induction furnace. Let's say I want to keep a chest full of, I don't know, 8 stacks of smoothstone and sandstone and maybe 2 stacks of refined iron. Something like that, right? An induction furnace is quickly going to be overwhelmed by the amount of items trying to be cooked in it. Now, I could have a separate induction furnace for each type of item I'm going to cook, but that might get tricky as well. The other problem is that the only way to cook things in the Buildcraft piping system with an induction furnace is to pump the items into the top, as they are here. See, items going in the top go into the top slot. If I were to pump it in the bottom, items would land down here, and if I were to pump it in the side, items would land over here. Just by the way induction furnaces work with Buildcraft or red power tubing. So, I came up, finally, after a lot of thinking about this and how am I going to do this, with an idea that I think will work. Unfortunately, it's a bit expensive in terms of materials, but I think I've come up with a good solution. And there's a couple things I'm going to have to do to get it working properly and set up right. So, without further ado, why don't I get started? Alright, so I'm going to grab my remote orderer here and get something you guys have seen me request quite a few times. 4 wooden gears. Perfect. And the wooden gears are going to hook me up and get me an automatic crafting table. So while I'm waiting, while I get ready with an automatic crafting table, I'll get my usual crafting table here. There we go. And I got my 4 gears. So let's make our automatic crafting table. Thank you very much. Now I'm also going to want to grab 1 or 2 of those philosopher stones I had some extra of. And I'm also going to grab some redstone here. I also want to grab, where's my teleport pipes? Ooh, I'm going to need some more of those. So, automatic orderer. Hope I have enough materials to make 2 more diamond gears. Hey, looks like I do. And there goes all the goodies. Now, what am I going to do? First off, I need coal. And I want to make sure I have a steady supply of coal. So what I'm going to do right now, and I'll kind of spoiler alert this on what I'm about to build, is I want to build a system that can automatically get me coal out of all that Mobius fuel that I'm producing down there. Now I have a system that's like 3/4 of the way there. I have a system that gets me redstone. And one of the recipes that you can use is 2 pieces of redstone and a philosopher's stone gets coal. So if I simply add 1 automatic crafting table to that system down there, I should be able to make coal using that system. However, I want to make sure that that system can get back over to this side of the room. So I'm going to add a teleport pipe over there, and that'll basically connect that system over there with this system over here. And these two piping systems will be able to talk to each other and request items on each other's behalf. So if I ever am running low, for example, on glowstone, redstone, or coal, I can request it from anywhere, and it should connect properly from that system over there. It'll simply produce those items out of my equivalent exchange room. And yeah, that should be good. Now I should also go ahead and grab from my piping system over here some basic logistics pipes. I'll grab the suppliers, I don't think I'll need them. And I'll grab my cobblestone and stone. Don't think I need anything else, but you know me, I always forget something. And why don't I grab myself a few more glowstone? Because I am going to have to make a crafting logistics pipe, and I'll need some glowstone for that. So let's go digging around in my flooring here, shall I? Hooray! Now, I think the easiest way for me to add on to this system is to dive into here. And I can simply place down my automatic crafting table on this side of the wooden chest, and place in here a couple pieces of redstone and a philosopher's stone, and that gets me coal. And I grabbed the coal out of there for a reason, obviously. I need to set up my basic logistics pipe with some glowstone to get my crafting logistics pipe. And that guy can go right here like this. And then I can open up my wrench and say 2 redstone equals coal. Oops, not you. There we go. 2 redstone equals coal. Perfect. Hooray, everything's good. So now I should be able to request coal out of this system. How do I do that? If I just take my remote orderer here, I can test it by just using it on this pipe right here. Coal is an option within this system, and I'm going to request 2 of them. Request successful. And you can see some redstone and glowstone going in and getting converted to coal for me. And any excess items go up to the top. Perfect. Everything's working the way it should. So now let's go back upstairs. Come on. See, this is why I need smoothstone. And any excess would land in this chest. Perfect, everything's good. Now the last piece of this puzzle is to connect these 2 systems. And what better place to connect them, probably, than an existing logistics pipe, maybe? I don't want to connect it right... Well, maybe I can connect it right here. Yeah, that might be a good spot. How about I place down an item teleport pipe right here? So we've got our logistics pipe, and it's just going to serve to transport items over frequency, oh, I don't know, how about 11? I don't think I've used that yet, have I? No, I don't think so. Alright, so now this thing's all set up. Frequency 11, everybody's happy. Let's get out this hole, and I'll come back to patch up that system in a minute. Now what I need to do is connect frequency 11 somewhere over here, and I'm going to do it down in my basement. Why not? As good a place as any. And like I said, I'm probably going to wind up sticking all my item teleport pipes over here somewhere. And I'll try and be as efficient as I can. So let's place down right here, frequency 11. And we'll set this receiving to true. That's all cool. So frequency 11. Oh, frequency connect to pipes 3. That shouldn't be the case. Oh, this is also frequency 11. Rubbish. So I'll make this guy frequency 10. Yeah, that looks better. I'm going with 12. I must have messed something up and used 11 and whatnot anywhere else. So I'll make 12 alchemy. 11 seems to be scrap, and I forget what I made 10. So I'll figure that out later. But for now, frequency 12 is going to be that guy. This guy can stick with 11. Oh wait, this is 10. Right. So 10 is my scrap. Oh right, 11 is what I did for my tin. To tin going to fuel cells, or the lava cell production. Alright, so 10 there, good. 12 is my little alchemy room. Perfect. Everybody should be happy now, right? Yes. 12. So let me go switch that guy back to 12. Like I said, I need smoothstone to fix up these walls, and I'm about to resolve that issue. So, gonna just go switch this guy back to 12. See why I need to write down when I use my my frequencies? There's so many frequencies to keep track of. 12. And remember I said you should always have receiving true on both sides of the pipe. It should be intelligent enough to route things. That's what the logistics pipes are all about, right? Now I'm gonna, unfortunately, I was gonna use this dark matter for something cool, but I think I need to borrow it. And I think I'm also gonna expand this room today. I need to make at least 1 or 2 more condensers and maybe another collector or 2. So these blocks of diamonds are gonna go to use. Let's see. I'm gonna charge this guy up. Now, if you guys have been paying attention, dark matter is worth more than dark matter blocks. So a single piece of dark matter is worth 65,000 EMC. Sweet. Let's steal a dark matter block and see what we have left. Ah, 22,000. Okay, cool. So let's place another one of these guys in here. Not bad, not bad. Okay. And I believe I need 4 of these guys. So that should be good. And I can now get some blocks of diamond out of there. And I'll convert the rest to diamonds. Nice. And grab some Mobius fuel and some iron, why not? Sure. That's good enough for me. Alright, block of diamond, you can go in there. Regular diamonds I'll hold on to. I've got my 4 dark matter that I need. Excellent. Now, turn this guy off. And I'm going to craft myself some furnaces. And fans of equivalent exchange should know what I'm about to make. If I can remember the recipe. Yeah, that's it. The dark matter furnace. An awesome little tool. Now, why am I using a dark matter furnace to cook up all the stuff I want to cook? Well, let me explain that to you once I lay it down and get it situated. Now, where do I want to hide this guy? Also, it's funny, I just saw a piece of redstone shooting across this system here, and I said, what the heck, why is there redstone going through there? Because I connected my teleport pipe back here, the easiest way for my collectors to get redstone now is to pull it out of this system up there, as opposed to, you know, grabbing it and, you know, making it out of Mobius fuel. So redstone is actually being pulled out of my supply system up top, and I'm not too worried about that because I'll figure out a solution to that later. It's alright to me if it grabs redstone out of my chests. It's all the same, right? Now, where to place this handy little dark matter furnace? Let me think about it for another minute, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I did decide where I want to put it. Now I'm going to need a little bit more glowstone dust. Where is that stuff? I'm going to need about... See, I've only got 3 available to me right now. But if I go ahead and request 10, for example, it shouldn't have a problem supplying it. It should grab 3 from the system up in my room up there. There they come. Or 2, for that matter. And it's going to grab the others through my teleport pipe system right here, I would suspect. Any day now. Maybe I should go check on those guys, huh? Maybe. Oh, I already got them somehow. It must have come out sooner. Okay, so it did come. So let's see. Let's try that one more time. I'm just going to request 4 real fast. And it should all come... Yeah, see how quickly it came out of the teleport pipes there? I grabbed it before I even noticed. Cool. All kinds of stuff happening now. Alright. Goodbye, portal. I didn't have to go check on you after all. Now, let's build a couple crafting pipes, shall we? I'm going to need... I think I need 3 of them. I'm going to need my supplier pipe. Yeah, let's go with the 3 crafting logistics pipes. I'm just going to put this guy right here, arbitrarily, for no particular reason. And I'm going to tell him, by opening up my little crafter here, I need I'm actually going to place down my dark matter furnace too, because I need to craft some stuff. So here's my dark matter furnace interface, and the cool thing about this is it has a huge input buffer, so you can fill a whole bunch of items in here and they'll just progressively get cooked, and eventually cook right along. And I'm going to go ahead and place in a piece of coal, and I'll get back a piece of stone. Perfect. And I also want to grab a piece of sand, please. Thank you. And I might need a few more basic logistics pipes, so I'm going to go request a couple gold gears. I believe I'll need a little bit more sand. No, I got some glass. I'll request that. And I'll need some redstone torches. I don't think I have any redstone on me, so why don't I grab 6 of those. Okay. Oh wait, I also need a diamond pipe. Quest 1. And it should arrive momentarily, so I'll start building what I need to build. Two redstone torches, there's my diamond pipe, thank you. And some glass. Perfect. And I think what I'll do here is tell this nice little system that 1 piece of sand equals 1 piece of glass. Great, so now this furnace can make me glass. That's all well and good. And the cool thing about the furnace is it's intelligent enough to say any items that come into this furnace, regardless of what they are, excepting fuel sources like Mobius fuel and coal, should go into these slots. And any item that's fuel, Mobius fuel, coal, whatever else this guy can use, goes into this fuel slot. And it'll always pull out of this slot. So I don't have to hook up this crafting pipe here to the top of the furnace like I would have had to do for the induction furnace. Awesome. It gets better. Let's go ahead and take some more crafting logistics pipes and our basic logistics pipe here. I'm just going to intelligently route these guys on the sides. Perfect. And I'm going to put my crafting pipe here and tell it that I can take cobble and get smoothstone. Beautiful. I'm going to need one more piece of iron while I'm at it. Iron ingot, that is. Where are you at? Oh no, I can just use refined. Sure, why not? And I'll do the same here. I'm going to place down another crafting logistics pipe, right like so, and tell it that iron ingots become refined iron. So now I've got one furnace that can supply 3 different types of items. Very cool. And if I really wanted to go crazy, I could even cook 1 or 2 more types of items in here, but I think those 3 are good enough for now. I could have another crafting pipe up top, and I could have another crafting pipe, who knows where else. But for now, we're good. But I've got one more thing to do. Now, because this is a crafting pipe, it acts as a routing pipe, so that's fine. I can just place a regular old stone pipe here, and I can place a supplier pipe like so. And I'm going to tell that supplier pipe, I want to make sure that you always keep a steady supply of coal in this machine. Why am I using coal? I could use Mobius fuel. Yes, I could. But if I place 1 piece of Mobius fuel in there, and I only need to cook 1 piece of stone, it's going to waste that entire piece of Mobius fuel. So for now, I'm going to use coal. And the coal is going to pretty much be the most efficient use of this system for now. There's a more efficient way to do it, and if you're very good with equivalent exchange, you might know what I'm talking about. But I'm going to say 10 pieces of coal at all times, please. And let's get out of here and watch the coal filter down. Hey, there it comes. Now, for now, the coal's coming out of that chest that I have upstairs, but we'll never really have to worry about coal, because if that chest does run out, I've got that equivalent exchange system over in the other room that'll convert Mobius fuel, which I'll have a ton of, back into coal. So now we've got a steady supply of coal going on. Perfect. Maybe I want to increase this to like, I don't know, 20. That might be a good idea. Yeah, I like that idea. So get me a little bit more coal there. Just make sure I have enough at all times. And now, let's go. I'm going to place a portal in here because I want to be able to come back quick and easy. But I want to go upstairs and check something else out. Now let's make sure that we have a way to supply ourselves with a good amount of smoothstone and glass. So I think my supplier system is what I'm going to use. Obviously I haven't used much of that yet. I'm just going to open up the floor here. And tell my supplier pipe. Let me clean up my inventory real quick. This will be easier if I do that. Alright, all clean. So let's go back down here and just check out our system. I want to tell it to always keep, let's say, for now I'm going to go with 2 stacks of smoothstone. And as you can know, I can increase the amount of smoothstone by clicking on this guy. And look, it's already pulling some smoothstone out of the chest that's next to it because there is some in there. 129. That should be alright. But the rest of the smoothstone should be running downstairs. And it is. Look at that. And it's all being cooked in my dark matter furnace. Beautiful. And the coal is kept full by that supplier pipe. Double perfect. I'm going to go do the same thing for glass. I'm going to tell it, hey, make sure you have a good amount of glass at all times. And of course I'm lagging because it's raining out a little bit, but oh well, what are you going to do? So let's go grab our wrench here and say some glass. And I'm going to boost that up to about 128 as well. I don't know if there's a quicker way to do this, but oh well. Maybe Kraft will message me after watching this video and be like, hey dummy, you could have shift-clicked that or something, I don't know. But 2 stacks should be good. And I'm also going to say refined iron. I want to have 32 of those, please, at all times. Perfect. Let's head back downstairs and see what's happening. Now, intelligently, it's throwing iron in this chest, and it's probably doing everything it can for the sand in a minute. Maybe it already had a good amount of glass up there. But just like we wanted, everything's cool. And it refilled the coal. So now I have a nice automatic way to make sure I have a good amount of glass and stone going on. Where are you getting all this glass from? Oh, right next door. Yeah, there was a good amount in there. Nice. So why don't I use some of the stone that I made a minute ago to clean up some of the floors in my house, but for now I've got a nice system that'll keep a steady stack of stuff. And I'm going to change that to 128, I'll just do it off camera because there's a lot of clicking involved. Oh no, there wasn't a lot of clicking involved. As long as you have the stone in your hand, left clicking decrements it by 1 and right clicking increments it by 1. But I wonder if he could set it up so that I could increase it by the amount that I would have it in my hand. Maybe I'll bug him about that later. Alright, I just bumped it up to 255 and 255, which appears to be the max. And that's just shy of, I want to say 4 stacks. So we've got all the stone going on. Nice. Supplying it with coal. Let's go see what's happening up here with regards to my supplier system. Plenty of stone coming in. Might not have quite enough sand in my system up there to do all the good stuff that I want to do. Why does it lag so bad when there's rain? Goodness. But don't worry, I'm going to be getting sand pretty darn soon. There is actually a good reason that I went ahead. Oh look, it is pulling sand out. Cool. Hey, there it all goes. Nice. So it's doing an excellent job of supplying the system as requested. Perfect. And with that, I'm going to wrap up this segment and get ready to hook back up my quarry. I need to sleep through the night and hopefully get rid of this annoying rain that causes lag. I don't know if anybody noticed it, but I screwed up when I placed my glass output in here. I said 1 piece of sand equals 8 pieces of glass, and that's probably why my supplier system isn't behaving itself. So I might need to break this guy and place him back down. I was like, hey, it's really not doing its job with the sand. What's going on there? My bad. 1 sand and... oh, geez, I don't even have sand on me when I went to fix this. Sand, please. Yeah, the supplier wasn't behaving and I was getting confused. It was saying, hey, I'm sending you 1 sand. Why am I not getting back 8 glass? Logistics pipes are smart, but they're not smart enough to make up for my mistakes. There we go. So that should behave itself. Now I might need to do a little something with that supplier pipe. I'm going to get it fixed and I'll be right back. I'll probably have to click my way through it again. Just going to take it off entirely and click a lot of times. Okay, all behaving itself now. DM furnace cooking up a bunch of glass for me. The way I had to wind up fixing that mistake of mine was breaking the supplier pipe off and replacing it. So I just repopulated it with all the stuff it had in there. DM furnace is cooking along, doing its thing. Let's head back upstairs. Hey, and the rain stopped, which was nice. And we should be filling up our supplier system pretty well right now. Looks like we are. So, at some point I might change this up a little bit, but I think for now it's a good amount of stone and glass for me. And it'll make sure I've got a stable amount. Now, on to getting my quarry working again, eh? Let's see if I can sleep. A minute ago it wouldn't let me because there were monsters nearby. Oh, gee, thanks. I'm going to move my bed more towards the middle of my house. Why not? You going to let me sleep now? Hooray! Now, on to the quarry. Time to get this guy moving again. So, I have a bunch of junk in my inventory, but that's alright. I'll straighten it out in a minute. I do want to get my quarry pumping again. And something I personally feel I don't have nearly enough of is sand. So, I happen to know there's a desert behind my house, and that's where I'm going to go place my quarry. I'm going to run over here. Oh look, a creeper in the distance. Let's see if I can avoid him. So far, so good. Hope my quantum suit is ready soon. Maybe in this episode I'll also get my solar system that'll help at least a little bit with powering my mass fabricator. But for now, we're cool. So, this guy, I happen to know, is pretty much done, because he's not running anymore, obviously. So let's break this stuff off here. Pick my quarry back up. And the power frequency was 3. Did I write that down? Yes. Quarry, its power frequency 3. And this was frequency 1 for the quarry to head back. I'm also going to go collect my chunk loaders. Remember, I'm not sure that I really need them for as far away as I'm going to put things, but it's a good idea to put them out there anyway, just in case you do need them. And at only 4 iron apiece, it's not like it's the most expensive item in the world. Alright, so let's go and run, and I'm basically running behind my house. And away we go. Let's see here. If I grab my portal gun, I might be able to make this trip a little shorter. Grab my wireless remote. Hooray! Now I believe, if I remember, I gotta eat so I can sprint, huh? The nice thing about the quantum suit, by the way, guys, if you don't know this, is that the quantum helmet will keep your hunger bar full at all times. It'll constantly feed you. Of course, at the expense of energy, but, you know, not everything's perfect. Off we go. If I remember, it's pretty much just right back here somewhere that there was a big open desert. Seems like it's far enough away that, how many zombies and whatnot there are. Definitely worthwhile to be within chunk loading range. thought there was a desert back here. Maybe my memory is incorrect. Neat little cave down. Hey, there's a desert. Sweet. So I'm going to pretty much set up my quarry in the desert, and then I have tons of sand. Woohoo! So let's go find a good spot to lay it down, shall we? This looks like as good a spot as any. Those of you who downloaded my world were kind enough to say, hey, your quarry stopped. Yeah, I know. Nice flattened out area of land. Let's do something like... Yeah, I also forgot to get myself a couple of landmarks. I'll be honest with you guys, I did grab landmarks and then I put them in my chest when I went ahead and did that whole building the furnace thing. So I kind of remembered them, and then I forgot that I forgot them again. And I might want to put a portal thingy out here just so I can easily get back to my quarry. It's probably a good idea for me to always keep track of my quarries and where everything's at. So, if I were to put something like here, and I'm going to go ahead and do the redstone torch thing. Really? I don't have any redstone. Alright. Make it easy for me to keep track of where my line needs to be. Yeah, this looks like as good a spot as any. And then I'll probably go out to this range over here. Perfect. And I can now break my redstone torch, place down my quarry, after right-clicking this guy, of course. And things look like they'll be in pretty good shape. And just to make all you guys happy, I'm running over and collecting all my little landmarks. Marvelous. Now, I'm going to place down my item transport, golden conductive, cobblestone, and powered transport guys, like so. You here and you here on frequency 1, receiving as false. This guy here on frequency 3, receiving as true. And why don't I go home and build that neat little item that I was talking about doing. I need one of you, and for you, and for you. And that should be good. So, portal spawner, and I need a lever. There we go, wireless receiver, perfect. Place that guy down here. Where's my portal gun? I need to move this portal for a moment. Portal spawner here. And I'll set this guy to frequency 2, because I don't think I've used him yet. And that will be for my quarry. And what I'll do is I'll always bring along, whenever I go to move my quarry, I can just move this guy and have it with me at all times. So where's my wireless remote? Let's activate frequency 2, and that should be the blue portal. Marvelous. And I'll place my sand back down. Alright, let's go activate some power. And I always like to watch my quarry build, so I'm going to set my receiving here to false. Run back to my house. Open up the portal. And flip these guys on, make sure they're at frequency 3. And I'll set this guy back to true. And a quarry's being built for me. Thank you, Buildcraft. And the nice thing that'll happen now is it'll mine out a significant amount of sand for me, and that's all going to go into that little sand system that I have back at my base. So as soon as this guy starts moving, there he is, we can head back to our base and watch a bunch of sand filter in. And the sand, of course, will keep my, let's see, dirt, sand, and gravel, there we go. The sand, of course, will keep my glass supply good, which, as you can see, we're one shy of 4 stacks, because we have 255 instead of 256. But it looks like I said, that's the max. So, I think we're doing rather good. Sand coming in? Yes, it is. And it's heading down the red line, which should start landing over here. Yep. Perfect. So, I'm happy, and I'll be back. Alright, looks like we're at about a 35-minute episode as of this moment, so I think it's going to be a good time to wrap up. I might move this guy back just a step so that he's not so intrusive in my system, but I've got plenty of room to expand those automatic crafting tables, so I'm not going to worry about it just yet. And how's this guy doing? I'm going to flip some levers here and get some lava extraction and lava cell creation going back on. How am I with... Ooh, up to 46 UU matter, nice. I'll probably have to hook this guy up to a solar panel at some point, just to make sure he's at least constantly running, and, you know, that'll be cool. But I'll probably wait to do that until next episode. For now, I'm going to produce a bit more UU matter, and hopefully in the next episode I can build my first quantum armor piece. So this is Direwolf20's signing off on episode 21. Hope you enjoyed checking it out. Take it easy.